Right, hello gentlemen, how are we doing? It is 48 hours since the Rustle rotation, the first week of Christmas 2022, and we had a lovely batch of 11 skins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 5. Yep, 11. And I did make quite a point during the Rustle rotation how, honestly, none of these skins are going to be really good to put your money towards in terms of the short term to potentially make any profits. Christmas related skins don't really hold up their value when it's not Christmas anymore. And that only happens 1 month every year, isn't it? So, yeah. So, let me just elaborate, let me explain. Whilst these skins look very nice, bright, cheery, all good, a final piece of a collection and whatnot, and some nice looking skins. Unfortunately, because they're all gimmicky for a holiday, when it's not the holiday, remember what I said for Halloween? The best thing I can show you is go take a look at all the Halloween skins. How are they doing right now? Not great. Not all of them. Some of them stand out very nicely because they're very, good. Look really good. Helpful. But a lot of these other ones, not looking very good at the moment. Not terrible. I do still expect all of these to go back up in price when it's post-Christmas time. But because a lot of these are very gimmicky for the Halloween holiday, when it's not Halloween, red, 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 red. But these two stand out very nicely because they look really nice. People like them a lot, and yeah, you get the idea. What about week 2? Let's go get a good look at that. Oh, remember the armour. Yep, pumpkin armour. Very gimmicky for Halloween. Yep, except the kilt. That's a bit strange. Maybe it's because it's the early orange armour we have. Maybe that could be an answer. But we'll leave it at that. So the skins. So yeah, Rug from Hell was always in the positive. It's not too gimmicky for Halloween, and you can cover your whole base in the rug, and it's glow in the dark, so it's very helpful. So yeah, some things do stand out much better than others. But anyway, let's go back to Christmas. So that was just the point to make how all of these skins, unfortunately, aren't going to be very good money makers. But we can start considering what buy orders we might want to put down for them. So now we're going to move on to the next part where we talk about and discuss. Go take a look whilst you have the time and see how much these skins improved from last year. How much did they improve in terms of being profitable when it was the next year's Christmas? So this came out in December 2021. This was week 1 Christmas, and this was week 2 Christmas. Go get a good look at all of these, and then do yourself a favour. Go and see how well they performed during the year, and you could relate to the newer skins and get a good idea of what might be a good price to put down for them. So Gingerbread Double Door, there's some context there. We did not have many sheet metal double door skins this year. We had quite a few towards the end of the year, but yeah, you can see that. Came out last year, kind of went down in price a little bit, went up in price when we had that weird spike around late April, early May, went down during June and July when we had the Antwerp major with CSGO, kind of sat around $3 to $4 for most of the year, and now it's selling for like, let's go take a quick look. Yep, $7.50. That's a straggler. So they're actually selling for $8 at the moment. But half the reason why it's now selling for $8, and you can even see that extra jump, is because, technically speaking, there was a continuation of this gingerbread collection. I mean, we've got a lot of gingerbread skins that were accepted. And then, again, I already showed this off for the Rust rotation, but it's still a very good thing to show. Yes, I'm trying to sell some right now. The very second, this tasty Christmas garage door, so it came out, the very second it wasn't Christmas, it goes down. And by the time we hit February, this was selling for less than $1. But as it starts to pick up, at its worst in June, it was selling for like 90 cents almost. But over time, eventually we got closer and closer to December time, and now, how much is it selling for right now? Oh, $2.56. So it did climb back up again. At one point, selling for just under $1, now it sells for $2.50. So this is the approach that you're going to need to take, you're going to want to take, in terms of figuring out, right, so I've learned from all of these skins, now let's go over to the current week skins and make considerations. So what likely might happen for this armoured door? What might happen with this garage door? What might happen with this AK, this MP5, this wooden door, these tools? course, the Gingerbread hoodie and pants. There's a lot of context that we are now going to start talking about, but at the very minimum, you should go look at how the other skins from last year performed, get a good idea of what likely is going to happen to these skins, but now we're going to add the extra context behind how likely are they going to suffer or, succeed. So, let's begin. The best-selling skin so far this week is the Gift Bunker Door, Armoured Door. It is a continuation. Yes it is, apparently. Is it? The double door was also made by Duck. I didn't realise that. Well, there you go. Technically speaking, it's a continuation, so that's nice to see. So yeah, very, very Christmassy gimmicked, as you can see, with the big snowman and the Christmas tree behind. So it's fine, but the thing is though, there's the added context of how many Armoured Door skins did we have this year? How many Armoured Doors have we had in all of 2022? 6, 13. When you compare that to the previous years, in all of 2021 we only had 1. In all of 2020 we only had 2. Do you get what I mean? Armoured Door skins have been a bit wacky this year with the amount that have been accepted. So I don't think that's going to be doing very nicely in the... regardless, because it's an Armoured Door, I think that's going to be going down in price, of course. Of course, with Christmas time, I expect it to go down in price by a lot. But let's get a good idea. Go look at all of these other Armoured Door skins and how cheap are the cheapest ones, for example. In fact, I should look by lowest price. That would be smarter. So the cheapest one is 94 cents. Maybe the safest price to put down for a buy order might be 90 cents. That could very well be the answer that we're looking for. Because remember, who's going to want to have a Christmas skin during March, July, October? Think like that. For another 11 months, it's just not going to have that demand. But when we get very close to December, suddenly starts to go up in price. So this is what I'm trying to provide to you, a nice idea of what might be a good idea for a buy order. Does that make sense? Now maybe next year we might suddenly see 0 Armoured Door skins being accepted. That could happen, but we can't foresee the future, can we? We can only work with what we see right now. So 90 cents might be a very safe long-term buy order option. So just giving you that. Let's move on to the Evil Snowman SAR. So this is a continuation of the Evil Snowman collection. We had weapons, so we had the AK, the L96 last year, now we have the SAR. But there's the added context of we've had a lot of SAR skins this year. Ever since Halloween, we've had tons of them. So it was 6 weeks on the trot. We had, it was Quarantine SAR, then Sly Monster SAR, Ghost Halloween SAR, Recycler SAR, Military SAR, then for Charitable Rust we had the Charitable Rust $5 SAR, then we had the Banger SAR, then there was about 2 weeks, now we got another SAR. So SARs by default, they're being used a lot. But the problem is everyone's probably using the Blackout SAR, for example. See how that's the only one in the green? But when we hit post-Christmas time and loads of people start playing Rust again, maybe a lot of these will go back up in price. That very likely could happen. But SAR skins in general, not looking very good. So with this Evil Snowman SAR, maybe the safest option... In fact, I keep doing this by accident. Maybe the safest option would be to go for around $1. Now, I don't want to go by newest, I want to go by lowest price. Because the cheapest ones... sorry. The cheapest ones are selling just above $1. Just above. And if you know this by now, everybody can just turn a weapon skin, tool skin, into a piece of metal, and then they can sell the metal. Metal always has a certain value to it. But you can't turn anything into... you can only turn an item into metal if it's selling for less than $1. Yes, there's that rule. You can only turn it into metal if it's selling for $1, and not many weapons and tools sell for less than $1. It's a weird thing, but yeah. So at the very least, usually all weapons will sell above $1. So this new Snowman SAR, maybe we could do 80 cents to $1. Something like that. Think in the long term. Think how likely it's going to suffer. There's a great thing I can compare this with. We're going to go back over to 2021. There was a Festive Fighter AK-47. And I believe it's right here. This is a great example because it wasn't a very standout skin. Even right now, in the very Is that the right way? Yeah. In the very middle of the Christmas event, the Christmas update, this is still only selling for $1. It's just not that special. To a lot of people, they just don't care. I'm sorry to say. So what we're going to do is we're going to go take a look and see how well was it doing earlier this year. How low did it go? So at its lowest, it seems to be around July, and it was selling for around just under 90 cents. So keep that in mind. And also, what we could also do is maybe reference the actual other parts of its collection. Why not take a look at the likes of the AK and the... I'm not clicking it. There you go. Go see how cheap the AK got during this year. So we'll take a look at that. And at its lowest, this was selling for $1. $1 at its worst. Because it did peak up last year because we saw the L96 appear. So this went up to about $4. Not Christmas. Went down. So yeah, post-Christmas tends to finish up as we enter February time, and then prices get cheap again. So remember to sell your skins in January time, or end of December, January time, before we hit February. So yeah, I'm going to sit here and say 80 cents to $1 is going to be totally fine. Now we're going to look at the likes of the Gingerbread garage door. So we've had a lot of garage doors this year, of course, loads of them, and we had a lot of glow-in-the-dark garage doors. Yes. But how many Christmas garage doors do we have in total? So we've got one there, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. And this went up to $6, $7 at one point. Yeah, just double checking. Yep. So $6 to $7 that really good one went up to. And these two haven't really gone up that far. There's so many of them in circulation with these two that they only ever really get up to about $1.50, and that's it at their best. They're still climbing up though. So, and then we've got the this one here, and this one up to $2.50. So with this right now, I'm expecting around 20,000 sales, less than that tasty garage door last year, and I really do think Mr. FaZe will come back again next year and make another door skin. Maybe it'll be an armoured door. Maybe it'll be a double armoured door. Who knows? But I fully expect it because he's been successful over these past few years. So I reckon this will very likely be going down quite low when it's not Christmas. But of course, as we approach December, you know the whole routine. And I fully believe we potentially will see maybe another gingerbread door skin next year by Mr. FaZe. Why don't we go take a look at the cheapest garage doors? Yes, let's do that. How cheap can some of these go? Sorry, scroll. Yep, but these aren't very special to look at. At the very least, that gingerbread door that we saw glowed in the dark, but this one glows slightly. This one is a glow-in-the-dark Easter skin. Maybe this is the best one to compare to. This is very, very, very gimmicky for Easter. A big bunny, all tasty garage door. Maybe we could potentially see this new Christmas gingerbread garage door potentially going down to around $1, much like this sweet garage door. Now, of course, let's also remind ourselves, how much is it selling for? $2.49. I think the best thing to compare to would be that tasty garage door, which we showed off just a little bit earlier. That went down to around $1. That definitely happened. We saw it. So maybe $1 is the safe option. Yeah, maybe $1 is the safe option. A little bit below, a little bit below, a little bit below, a little bit above. That's fine. But remember that we're in for the long haul here. We're talking about long-term investing. So this is what we're talking. This is our focus. We're taking into consideration what's the lowest point this door likely will go to, so that we can maximise the best profits. So I fully believe this is going to end up selling for around $1 when we hit February, March time. That is my answer. So now we'll move on to Lemme Guess. So Lemme Guess, very funny idea. I like it a lot. The whole gimmick of, I wonder what this could be when you hold the present up. Great. But it's an AK. And this is the 5th AK in the past 5 weeks. For the past 5 Rust Door rotations, we've had an AK skin. Immediately, because of that, I know that's going to suffer. Now, also, let's take into consideration, how cheap might it get? And remember what I said with the SAR, the cheapest we're probably going to expect these skins to go to is around $1. Lowest price? Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn. Not the best of sleep last night. So yeah, we got the Work Cart AK selling for 80 cents here. And that might be a straggler, so let's just ignore that one. 96 cents, 96 cents, 97 cents, 97 cents, 98 cents, 99 cents, $1, $1, $1, $1, $1. Right, so AK skins, by default, you do see a lot of them selling for around $1. Now, this AK, it's very gimmicky in terms of, okay, haha, it's a funny present. We get the idea. Guys, honestly, I think I'm only going to do 80 cents. I've learned from the previous year with that other AK that we just literally talked about, the Festive Fighter one, it's probably going to go very cheap. That very likely will be selling for around 90 cents for quite a long period of time during this next year. But as we get closer to December next year, wonder what will happen. Very gimmicky for Christmas. Fun idea though. It's selling quite nicely. I think the best thing to do would probably be between maybe 70 to 90 cents. That's what I'm going to do. Mr. Gingerbread hoodie and pants. So this is quite a talking point. When we got these two appearing in the Rust store, as you can see, wow, get a good look at these prices. So they were even higher. They were even higher than this. Everything has gone up in price because these two are included. The final core piece to the Gingerbread collection, we've got Tier 3, Tier 2, and now the hoodie and the pants. And if you've seen my speculation and anticipation video, Rust Economy 101 playlist. Sorry, I didn't say it properly. Yep, so you would understand how important it is when a new core piece appears, and this is the perfect example. This finally appears. Everything goes up in price insanely. At one point, this face mask was selling for $9. At one point, this gingerbread chest plate was selling for around $10. At one point, this was selling for like $11, $12, this kilt. So, it's been very enjoyable, is what I'm saying. I own a lot of these, and I've sold a lot of them, and I've been very happy about it. But, now we're in a bit of a dilemma, because what's going to cause these two to go up in price next year? There's nothing else, is there? There's no other core pieces. Maybe we could see gloves and boots. That could happen. Maybe a balaclava or a bandana. That could happen. Maybe those are the things that could still be accepted. Would they have as much impact in comparison to the hoodie and pants? I don't think so, but I still would expect it to go up in price quite nicely. So I do still expect Mr. Milio Frito to make some more gingerbread next year. I just don't know if it's going to have as positive of an impact from what we saw with these two appearing and being accepted. So, at the very least, I think I'm only going to do maybe 40 to 50 cents buy orders on these. When it's not Christmas time, who's going to want to dress up as a gingerbread man? Think about that. Think about that. And, yeah, that's basically it. They haven't sold as much as I was anticipating. I think they were going to end up with around 15,000 sales each, which would be a lot more in comparison to the Tier 2 and the Tier 3. In fact, they've already surpassed Tier 2 and Tier 3. That's looking a bit worrisome, isn't it? So then, now we can already see potentially oversaturation. So even when we have December next year, these two might not go up in price that much. After spotting that, I am now even more cautious. So you've got to think in the long term. What's going to happen in regards to these being profitable? You probably only want to do maybe 40 cent buy order. And I'm not joking. That's very likely the best option to go with this. Yep, that is the situation there. They are not looking very appealing when it's not Christmas. But next year I do expect them to go up in price, but would there be tons of them on the Steam market? Now I'm hiccuping. Yeah, so I'm not super invested into these two. Then you've got the Christmas tree poncho. So, a lot of people, I know it glows in the dark, I know it makes you an easy target at night time, I get that, I understand, but at least they tried something different. Okay, what's the one thing that makes this stick out compared to all of these other ponchos? It glows in the dark. Very obvious, yeah, but how much glow-in-the-dark armour do we actually have in this game? I know it's counterintuitive, but at the very least it would be nice to have some glow-in-the-dark armour, and this is the only glow-in-the-dark tree poncho. What I'm saying is some people probably do want to be nice to. Some people probably want to run around at night time and scream and be a very loud Christmas tree. You know, just think about it. Loads of people want to be annoying. Loads of people want to be seen. Loads of people want to be noticed. So I get the feeling that actually might turn around and be quite nice. I do expect it to go below its Rust store price. Oh, yes, I do. But it hasn't sold that much. That's something that needs to be addressed. Only 8,000 sales in 2 days. This is probably only going to have around maybe, 12 to 15,000 sales. Yeah. Now that's not that much. When you've seen all of these previous ponchos that have come out this year, that's low. So next year, I think that would go up in price quite nicely. What I'm saying is it's special. Some people, like, I get the feeling some people might want to start making like a YouTube series where they try and make it harder for themselves to run around at night time by wearing fully glow-in-the-dark armour and whatnot. That would be a fun idea. Hard mode Rust. But yeah, this is the only glow-in-the-dark Christmas tree themed skin. I think that could work out quite nicely, but now we've got to consider what price would it probably go down to when it's not Christmas time, or when it's around February, March time. I'm going to sit here and say, I think we're going to probably see this go down to maybe I think it's going to go down to maybe between 80 cents and $1. I can see that happening, but I can also see this going up in price very nicely as we get closer to December 2023. So I'm optimistic about it, but I'm being realistic in the sense that I do think it's going to go below its Rust Or price by quite a lot after a month or two. So keep an eye on this one. If the sales just aren't there, then that could easily be manipulated as well. That's another thing, but that's not something you should rely upon. So lots of things to talk about, lots of things that you could discuss. But yeah, and I already made the whole point. If you were to search for items and whatnot, I can't specifically search for all clothing and armour, which is a bit of a bummer. But let's go look at hoodies. How many glow-in-the-dark hoodies do we have? And we only have 2. If I did chest plate, okay, where's chest plate? Where are you, chest plates? Right, how many glow-in-the-dark? There's only a Twitch drop streamer skin. So yeah, we don't really have that much glow-in-the-dark armour, and I get the feeling something at some point people would probably want to start having it, not as an advantage, but for a fun disadvantage. So yeah, we're just going to leave it at that, alright? We're just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it because it's also abnormal. So this is the one thing that's really got me curious. And it's going to be funny, with the abnormal buy orders this week, it's going to be a race to get the lowest prices first. Gingerblaster. Right, so it's an MP5. By default, I'm going to be like, no. How cheap are the MP5s at the moment? Lowest price. Come on, show me the lowest price. I think it's already on it. Yep, 99 cents, $1. Yep, so it's exactly like the AK. Ever since, well, okay, we had the recall update come out earlier this year. Absolutely ruined the MP5. People don't like to use it anymore. Skins tanked because of that. We did have the recent burst module being added to it. Doesn't seem to have made any difference. So, yeah, I think 70 cents to 90 cents is the way to go of this. Will things improve, and will that be fixed next year? I don't know. You never know. Like maybe we'll get recall update 2 next year and suddenly everybody wants an MP5 all over again. So, yeah. Treats, stone, hatchet and pickaxe. Now these are actually a continuation of a collection. So let's just double check. Who made this? I just want to double check. So this was made by Robstar, and if I were to search for candy, Christmas candy, there you go, yep, exact same thing. So why don't we go take a real quick look and see how well these did during the past year. How cheap did they go? So right now, these are selling for $1.27 and $1.12. Not very good, is it? So for the pickaxe, its cheapest this year, it's been fairly stable, but at a low price. At its cheapest, this was selling for around 80 cents. 80 cents, this was at its cheapest. Then we'll look at the Christmas candy hatchet. And I think it's going to be the same thing, around 80 cents. Now, don't forget, this is a tool. It can be turned into metal. So, yeah, at the very least, with these stone tools, also, let's take into consideration the stone tools. How many have we had this year? I think this is the 4th batch. Yep, of all of 2022, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all in the red. All of them are in the red except a few of them. People don't really seem to care too much about stone tools. And we'll take a look at the hatchet as well. So we got the stone hatchet. Wow, very nice, very cool. But yeah, nobody seems to care for them. Nope. So yeah, 70 cents to 90 cents seems to be the way to go. It's just like metal bait. Guess that's the way to put it. Yeah, people are probably just going to turn these into metal at some point in the next year. But then, of course, that would be less of them in existence, and, that potentially could cause them to go up in price. But even then, the Christmas candy, hatchet, and pickaxe didn't really budge that much throughout all of this year. And then we've got the Artisan tree door. So, yeah, wooden door skin, yay. It's a very cool looking door. I will point that out. It's a very cool looking door, but it's a wooden door. And, yeah. And we just literally had what most people would consider a pay-to-win wooden door last week. A lot of people probably already own a wooden door that they will plan to use, and they're happy. They don't need to get another wooden door. This right here, yeah, not looking very good. So, yeah, wooden door skins this year. Oh, hey, look, we had a Halloween one. Down 63%, 74 cents. Right, I think that's our future. Immediately, I can easily see something easily to compare to. Did not have that many sales. Is now selling for 70 cents. Gentlemen, I think we're going to go down to maybe 60 to 70 cents for this wooden door. So that's it. That was easy. That was quick. So yeah, sorry about this week being different compared to all the other weeks where I'm sitting there saying, oh, we could probably buy this or we could probably buy all that. These are Christmas skins. These are holiday skins. They aren't. They're all too gimmicky for Christmas, and it's very unfortunate. So yeah, today we focus talking about what buy orders we might want to do. Saves me some time for talking about it when we're doing our abnormal buy orders. So let's also just quickly point out the gift bunker door, the garage door, the Christmas tree poncho, and the stone tools. Yep, they are all abnormal. What I should also point out is these stone tools are selling for $1.49 instead of $1.99. These have been lowered in price, but these still would probably sell for around 70 to 90 cents. So, yep, weird anomaly there, but it's happened before, so just giving you a little point out to that. Yes, this is out of the ordinary. We potentially might see it happen again next week, you never know. So, yeah, that is week one. Nice batch of skins, but they're not good investments. They are only good for long-term investing. And for next week, we are potentially going to be seeing all of these skins that you see here. Some of these skins will be accepted, but would we potentially still see some week one skins potentially being accepted as well? So get a good look at all of these. All of these Christmas skins that you see, all of these workshop submissions, they are in contention for next week. Which one will be selected? Which one? So yeah, bit of a quiet week in terms of everything else, but for Christmas skins, they've been going crazy. As I said, Gingerbread went up in price by a lot. Frosty Kilt still doing very nicely. It's being paired up with the new winter DLC, the Ice King DLC. They're pairing up. People are pairing it up with the chest plate and the face mask because, of course, it didn't come with a kilt, did it? So right now, comfortably selling for between $2.50 and $3. Up much higher compared to what it was earlier this week. Earlier this week, it was selling for around $1.20. Now it's selling for $3. Very nice, comfy rise in price. Very good to see. Very happy to have made great profits from it. So, and that's that. How about we take one quick look at the weapon barrel? How are things looking at the moment? Cheapest weapon barrel at the moment is $11. Buy orders. Okay, let me point this out to you. I've now decided to put a buy order down. That right there at $11, that's me. That's me. I am fully confident that these weapon barrels will be going up in price a whole lot in the next 10 days. When loads of people are playing, when loads of money's being thrown into Rust, those weapon barrels will be going up in price. Yes. So, I decided to put a buy order down, and if you need a nice bit of context for what I'm talking about, last year, in late 2021, times were really bad. Do you see how the weapon barrel here is selling for around £9 as well? Well, post-Christmas happens. Starts to sell for around £13 my currency, and that was to the equivalent of $15 to $16. So, if I buy 50 of these right now for around $11 and sell them all for $15, well, that'd be a pretty good profit, wouldn't it? That'd be a pretty nice profit to be made, wouldn't it, gentlemen? So, I'm happy with that. I've also put a buy order down on weapon crates as well. Yep, not weapon crates, high quality crates. Hedge, what are you talking about? You're so stupid. So yeah, high quality crate is now selling for $4.27. Highest buy order is $3.88. I wonder who might that be. Oh, look, it's me. So yeah, again, last year, I saw it all happen before. If you just go over to around here, Oops, sorry, I zoomed in too much. Yep, so this was selling for around $3.20, again last year at its worst. And then when it hits post-Christmas, it hits $4.26. So around here, $4. Around here, $5. I'll be happy with that. I've also got to buy a whole batch of them because I'm doing a big giveaway for New Year's 2023 for my server and everybody who watches me on my streams. So, if you want to get involved with that, look in the descriptions for my YouTube videos because I'll be giving away a whole big fat batch of these. Just because I know I'll be selling a ridiculous amount of skins during post-Christmas. And I hope you do too. So, the very second we hit December 26th, maybe the 27th or 28th, for sure, as we hit January time, all of the rust skins will be going up in price. Those weapon barrels, those high quality crates, and this high quality bag. Let's just go get a quick look at you as well. High quality bag, £8.44. Also, it is $10.27. Yeah, the exact same routine. We will see from much like what we saw last year. Let's just quickly remind myself where I'm looking. Yep. Low prices November, December. Post-Christmas it goes up. Yeah. So last year this went up to around this went up to around $12 last year. So yeah, better. But not insane, but still better. And I want to spend some money so I have more room to be able to sell more rust skins. So it's best to hold on. It's best to buy things you know will go up in price eventually in the future. So I'm going for weapon barrels, high quality crates, and maybe some high quality bags. So this went on for longer than expected. I'm sorry about that, but there was a lot to talk about, and there was a lot to kind of warn you about. So I'm not sure what's going to happen next week. I'm going to be going home for Christmas. I do want to make more videos. I just don't know if I'm going to be super confident that's definitely going to happen. So be prepared for that. I'm not 100% sure if I will do a 48-hour analysis next week. We shall see. So thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And if I don't manage to make a video, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and whatever else. Yeah, hooray, we survived another year.